Hey guys, we're back 21.3 and 4. We got a surprise this week with the Open. We're back at Trivium today. We're gonna be running heats on this WOD like we have been the last 2 weeks. Today, the girls are gonna go together and then the guys are gonna go afterwards. We've got a couple plans that we're gonna go on here. The girls, they're gonna do great on this WOD on both parts, right? So we're really excited to see them do really well on a timing piece on 21.3, but then lift some big weights, and we'll kind of have to limit them there towards that 90% just because this is the Open and we have to train later today, right? So one thing we gotta watch as well is Alec's been dealing with a little bit of a back thing, so thankfully this year Dave gave us the option to power clean, so we should still see a big number from him on that, but we'll watch that as we go through the workout. As far as the barbell goes, we're kind of looking at that 90% level, especially for our athletes. We probably won't go past that, but we think a competitive score on this one at the very top is going to be like that 300 range for guys and around 215 for women. So if we can get around there, maybe a little bit over if they're feeling good, we'll be really happy with that.
So looking at just before 11, you'll probably kick off, okay?
It's probably smart, and I'm probably just trying to hold on, if I'm being totally honest. Would break up the chest to bars. Did you hear me say if I was going to?
If I was. That's not going to happen. There's no way he's going to be smart about an Open workout. Send it.
Up on that bar and be like, I'm not coming the fuck off.
Unbroken. I'm going to clean and jerk 350, and I'm going to do everything unbroken.
2-bar muscle ups in, oh fuck.
Your biceps are blown.
Everything unbroken until you get to the bar muscle ups. Smooth, fast, aggressive on them. Rest hard, get off it, get your time.
Probably gonna, I'm just gonna kind of go for it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Just see where I'm at.
Yeah, bar muscle ups.
Yeah, they're probably gonna fall apart real bad.
But I think maybe the first 2 rounds, I think you should be aggressive in them, 100%.
That's kind of what I was gonna do.
Yep, and then the third one, I think you should have a plan A, plan B for your bar muscle ups. For instance, maybe look at descending sets, like a 12, 10, 8 for your bar muscle ups. Or if that's going to be aggressive, I want you to think whatever you'll do 15 front squats, what then will allow you to get up there and open up the set. Yeah. So like you don't want, so in other words, I don't want you doing 15 front squats thinking that you're going to do 20 and 10. I know you won't, but like 20 and 10, so you're just resting there for too long. Even if it's 8, you know, get up there, do 8. Maximum try have a mental game of like, I don't want any more than 5 sets, you know?
Yeah.
So knowing whatever that is, and the great thing is, the fact that we're going to be surrounded, we can then manage and coach and go, hey, hit an 8, fucking hit a 7, and go through there. The crux of the workout is that. Smooth, fast, aggressive on them, rest hard, get off it.
Right, so we've just finished 21.3 and 4. We just had ALEC finish off with John at the end there. All in all, it was great. I think more importantly, I'm going to look at this one more closely and actually look at the leaderboard globally. On this one, I think this has the most correlation or most carryover to what we're trying to do in the quarterfinals as well. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to look at that reference points and see where everyone is with their results. That'll just help me gauge what's going to happen in the quarterfinals and see where we're at. This is not for me to then compare or tell the athletes. This is just simply for me to go and talk to the coaches about it and then work out, right, based off this person finishes in X place compared to the rest of the field, and then what can we do to obviously bridge that gap. Some of the learnings or some of the key takeaways if you haven't done 21.3 and 4 is the points that we try to really set home for our guys is particularly that hand clean in point 4. I thought that was the make or break. If you don't get a good receive position or if you're not engaged, you know, thinking about actively catching then riding the bar down or whatever position you ride, you do, that is a big telltale for me. For the other workout, I think what Brooke and some of the guys did phenomenally is they broke up their toe to bar and chest to bar so they could keep the aggression on for the bar muscle. So learnings from that, being composed early on in an event, something like this, where you know you could do 30, like biting that prize so you could play the long game or play the long event, for me is more credibility and more of an indicator of an experienced athlete. So seeing those telltales come out so early, you know, in the open is a good sign for us. And obviously from a coaching point of view too, there was a lot of learnings there. I think we had a blip moment there with the camera. We just didn't have enough time on one of our devices. So just learnings of that quite early on in the season is a good reminder for us. And another learning too, is just to make sure to check the athlete's bar. We had someone lift a weight, had more weight on one side than the other. So making sure that as a coach or the judge that we start trying to take on more of the external factors, just watching their work, making sure, you know, that they've got the right weight on the bar, the clock set up in the right spot, and that you're also factoring in where you're going to be situated when judging for their reps, because there's so much movement happening. You got to factor that in. I hope this makes sense. I'm just sort of dumping it onto the camera, but please put your comments down if you want to see more or something that we should do leading into the quarterfinals.
We just finished up with everybody. It went about how we expected. The workout got them a little more fatigued than we thought, which was great, especially as a test in the open. Then when we got to the barbell, some of us hit towards that 90% and some were a little lower. So we saw that fatigue set in a little more than we had even game planned on paper, but that's why we do this, right? So we got some good notes moving forward when we move on to the semifinals and max lifts come up there, because we know they will. It was just good to see how people reacted to that once that got thrown in their face towards the max lift end of the 21.4.